So we've got all our notes inputted, we've got the correct staff styles assigned to each instrument. So the next thing we need to do is enter in these chord symbols, lyrics, dynamic marking, slurs, accents, and all these things. So let's start with the chord symbols here. First, let's go to our page view. So I'm going to go up here. Let's look at this in page view now. Okay. Here's my rhythm part. So I'm going to grab my chord text here and just pencil in chord symbol. And now I can start typing in my chord symbols. EBMAJ7 is all I need to type. Then I can hit tab to go to the next beat. And I'm going to tab again, B flat over D. And when I hit tab, it'll take me to the next beat or the next chord. So right there, it automatically took me to the next note that I had in there, in that part. And I gotta hit tab one more time for this last chord here, B flat. Okay, so that's good. Now I can put in my lyrics. So I'm gonna grab the lyric tool here, pencil in a lyric on this first note and start typing. This works the same way. I'm going to hit tab to go to the next note. Now I have to manually put in these dashes, so I'm going to type in space dash and then hit tab. And the same thing here. There we go. Now my lyrics are good. Now if you had to start and stop a couple times, you might end up with something like this where you don't have all your notes or all your lyrics aligned properly. So remember, there's a key command to do this. So let's look up that key command. I'm going to go to my key commands window, type in align, and you'll see two options here. Align object positions vertically and align object positions horizontally. And the key commands for that are Control Option Command V and H. So let's do that. I'm just going to select my first lyric here. I'm going to move that where I want it. Now I'm going to hit that key command, Control Option Command V, and it's going to ask me if I want to align all similar objects. Yeah, I want to align all the lyrics. Now they're aligned vertically, and I can do the same thing horizontally. They'll adjust a little bit. There we go. Now that's looking better. And if I need to adjust this, I can drag them all. They're now all selected. I can move them all at once. Okay, so now let's put in these dynamics here. So dynamics are here in the part box. We've got an MF here. I'm just going to use the pencil tool and draw that in there. We've got some MP markings over here. And now over here we've got these notes here all have an MF attached to them. So if I hold down Shift and use the pencil tool with them all selected like that, I can do them all at once. It just makes it a little faster. Now let's put in these accents. You'll see there's accents on all the notes in these last two measures here. So again, let's look up the key command. Option K. We'll type in accent here. Oops. Make sure you spell it right. Okay, and the accent we want is the long accent, which is Control Option Shift A. So we can do that really quickly by just grabbing all these notes like this and hitting that key command, Control Option Shift A, and there you go. All the accents got attached to those notes there. Let's drag in a crescendo here on this flute part. Oops. Here, I'm just going to pencil it in here. And then you got to adjust the end a little bit. Let's move this down. Now, I want to copy this to the other two parts here. So what I'm going to do is go to Edit, Copy, or I could just hit Command C. Now I don't want to just paste, I want to paste it on this part, but I don't want to just hit paste. I want to use paste at original position. What that will do is paste it exactly where it was so that it aligns with this same crescendo wherever I copied it from. So I'm going to do that again here. Paste at original position. There we go. Now it's good to go. Now I should align these as well, these dynamic markings. So I can grab these three dynamics again, use that same key command, Control Option Command V. It just looks a little better if they're aligned like that. And I can do the same thing here, Control Option Command V. That will align them there, and this part as well. There we go. They weren't very far off, so that was alright. Okay, so now this is looking good. I need to put in some slurs here. So let's look up the key command for slurs. Option K. Let's type in slur. And slur up is Shift Z. These are all up slurs. If it was a down slur, I would use Shift X. So to do that, I want to slur these 4 notes. So I'm going to grab those 4 notes, hit Shift Z, and there we go. Same thing here, Shift Z, Shift Z. Now I can change the arc on these by grabbing these points if I want to make it a little more curved there. And there we go. That's looking pretty good. So let's zoom out here. We need to put in our title text and our page number. So let's start with the page number. To do that, we're going to go to Layout, Numbers and Names. You'll get this window. We don't need bar numbers, so let's just turn that off. Now we want to change the horizontal position of the page number to be centered, and then we want them at the bottom instead of the top. And then we want to assign a prefix so that it looks like our assignment. I'm going to type in Logic Project 6-PG. So this prefix will go before the page number on every page. If I had 10 pages, the 10th page would say Logic Project 6-page 10. Now I want to change the font and make it boxed. So I'm going to hit choose there, check off boxed. I could change the font if I want. And if you notice now, our page number is down here at the bottom, but it's right at the bottom. I kind of want it a little higher, so I'm going to go to vertical distance. I'm going to double click there. Let's try 1 centimeter, see how that looks. Yeah, that's better. Now it's not right on the bottom of the page, it's a little bit higher. Okay, now we're ready to put in our title text here. So we need some more space up here. So let's go to View, Page Display Options, Show Margins. Now I can drag this line down here, create some more space for the header. Now I can put in my text. Let's get rid of these here. I can put in my text, can drag it in or pencil it in here like this. Let's type Logic Project 6. Now I want this to be a bigger font and a different font. So remember, to do that, we're going to go to Layout, Text Styles. Let's create a new text style. I'm going to rename this Title. Double click this to bring up the font menu. Let's make it 36 and let's choose another font here. Here we go. Now it's not going to look different yet because you got to click on it. and change the style to the one you just created here, title. There we go, that looks better. So now I can pencil in some text over here for my name, and I want to put that back to plain text. So let's go back to plain text for that. Now I want this aligned to the right margin here, where this orange line is, and it actually is aligned to that margin, but notice how it's way off from where it should be. So remember, to fix that, we're going to go to horizontal position, change that to 0, and now it snaps to the right margin where it should be. So I'm going to create another one for my class time here. Same thing. See, when I create that, the alignment is set properly to the right margin there. That second to last one here is the one I want, but this needs to be set to 0 for that to look properly. Okay, now I need to create my style text here. And notice how this is also a bigger font, so I'm going to have to create another text style for that one. So let's create this up here. This is a medium waltz. I'm going to create another text style. Create a new one. Let's call this style. And let's just make it a little bigger, and let's make it bold here. Okay, now I'm gonna, with that selected, change my style here to style. And again, this is already aligned to the left margin, but again, I need to change this to 0. There we go. Now it's aligned properly. Okay, so if you've gotten this far, you're ready to move on to the next step. So go ahead and watch the next video where we'll be looking at adjusting the score set and getting everything ready to print to turn it in.